Hey guys, it's Dan with Adventure Today. Hope you're doing great. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends, and click that bell. All right, today I'm here to talk to you about the Hankook Dynapro AT2 tires, All-Terrain 2. This is their second variation of an all-terrain tire from Hankook, and I'm here to tell you it's a pretty good tire. There's a couple things I'm a little bit concerned with, but overall it's pretty good. So the two concerns I'll get to here in just a second, but let's first start with some of the things I like about this tire. So here we go. All right, so here's the tread. So I think number one, the tread design, I really like it. I'm trying to get this in the light here so you can see it well. It's a really nice, aggressive looking tread. Now, one thing you are going to pick up on is all these little rocks that are sticking inside the tire. I've noticed that on all the tires, they tend to grab onto these little tiny stones and hold on to it. If you've watched any of my previous tire reviews, you know that I am a big stickler on tire manufacturers and their siping. Most every tire manufacturer's got a weakness somewhere along the lines with regards to siping. So I've got the camera set up pretty good for you to see this. And now the siping problems really start on the outside of the tread. These center ribs are all pretty well siped. You know, I can push my screwdriver down and get to about 4/30 seconds on every single one of these tread ribs. And so, you know, they've done a pretty good job with the siping here. Now, why is siping important? Well, siping is what's going to give you your grip in the snow, the wet, the ice. You know, you're really going to want a good, attractive siping, especially when the tread blocks get worn down, that will help you out in those kind of conditions. Siping doesn't help you out a ton in the mud or in the grass, but when it's raining out, when it's snowy out, and when it's icy out, you want siping. So if you live in Texas and you don't get very much snow down there, then you're probably not too concerned about the siping. But if you live in, I'd say, you know, the top half to top 2/3 of the United States, where you get either a lot of snow or occasional snow and ice, then siping's a big deal. What are the problems with the outside of the treads with regards to siping? Well, from about here to the outside, this little sipe right here, these tires have 5,000 miles on them. This siping is almost gone. There's about 1/32 of siping across this whole outside of this tread block. The only place where you're picking up a little more depth is when you get into where it curves right here, and you are picking up a little bit more siping in those places. But, you know, in about another, well, less than 5,000 miles, and most people would say that tires like this on a truck should probably last, you know, at least 35 or 40,000 miles at a minimum. This siping is going to be gone probably in another, like I say, less than 5,000 miles. This siping is going to be completely gone for sure. And the same thing goes with the inside tread. It's the same exact thing over here on the inside. The siping is very shallow. So I'm going to spend quite a bit of time on siping because it's such an important aspect of long-term satisfaction for somebody who owns a tire. Now, why does Ford pick these Hankooks for a truck like this? Well, you know, when a car manufacturer puts tires on a car, or a truck, they want something that rides good. These tires ride really good. They want a tire that's quiet. These tires are really quiet. They're not really concerned how this tire is going to be performing at 35 or 40,000 miles. What Ford's trying to do is sell you a truck. So they're going to put a tire on the vehicle that's going to help sell a truck. And what sells a truck or a car is going to be how it rides when it's new, when you drive it off that lot and you take your 3, 4, 5 mile test drive. What are your feelings about how it feels when it's on the road? And they don't want anything too obtrusive. They don't want anything to be too loud. They want it to kind of fade into the background. And quiet sells vehicles better than loud. And so when it comes to tires, at least. And so that's part of the reason why they chose this. Now, the tire's got a 440 treadwear rating, which I would say isn't fantastic. It's not terrible, but it's not fantastic. So it's probably another reason why you're probably going to get somewhere around 30, 35, maybe 40,000 miles out of these tires. If you're expecting 50 or 60,000 miles, probably not going to get it. So Hankook has really come a long way. Their tires used to be loud, they rode real hard, and they weren't really that good of a tire, but they were super cheap. Their prices have creeped up a little bit since then, and with that comes a slightly better rubber compound. I really do like the tread pattern on this. It looks aggressive without being you know, overly in your face, so to speak. But if they would just improve on the siping, I think it would do this tire a ton of good. Now, some of the things that are good about the tire is just its all-out good looks. Let's go to a back tire here where I've got even light for you. It's a really, really good looking tire. So it's got this nice sidewall on here that gives you a little bit of protection. It's not too aggressive. This is a 4x4, so you know, Ford's going to put an all-terrain tire in a 4x4 truck. If you're not a 4x4, they're going to give you a highway tire. This has got a nice, smooth looking outside tread. It's not too obtrusive, but it also does give you that good protection. So it's a really good looking tire, and you know, again, it's not really in your face, but it's there just to you know, it's just a really good looking tire. I think the problem with this tire is I wouldn't expect it to last a long time, and the siping. Now you can see here where there's a bunch of rocks that are being picked up in the tread. Same thing goes with this right front tire. So the tire's not really good at ejecting rocks. The last thing I'm going to talk about, and that is, if you've seen some of my other tire reviews, I mentioned that some of these tire manufacturers are putting sound blocking rubber on the outside and the inside of the tread blocks because most of the noise is generated from the inside. Hankook has skipped that. You've got little ones in here, but these are more of tread wear indicators more than sound blockers, because you know that it's just not very close to the surface of the tire. They're the outside edge of the rubber, so I wouldn't say these are sound blockers at all. They're more of like wear indicators. They also have them in the middle here, but you also have them out here on this tread block. So you know, that's kind of the good and the bad of this tire. I think it's good for something that is brand new, but I don't know how it's going to last long term, and I've got a big question about how it's going to perform after about 10,000 miles in the snow and the wet and the ice. So with that, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Love to try to help you work through any tire purchasing positions or questions that you might have. And please like and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. I appreciate you being here. Have a great day, and we will see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye. Waiting on the Greyhound to Chicago. I've got all my bags packed up, ready to leave.